Hi, I'm Chris with the irrigation information website, smartirrigation.com. And today, we're going to show you two methods of how to adjust previously installed or used Rainbird 5000 rotors. The adjustment method for a used or previously installed Rainbird 5000 rotor is so different than a brand new rotor that if you use the method for a brand new rotor on a used rotor, there's a good chance you're going to damage the sprinkler's gears or strip them. The reason is because the new ones have what is called as a slip clutch. It's an initial feature for installation that disappears within a couple weeks after installation. Here we have a Rainbird 5000 series rotor. This one has 3 holes on top. If it was a 5000 series plus, it would have another one in the middle that is a flow stop to stop the stream from flowing. Now we're going to pull up the stem using the adjustment tool, insert it in the pull-up slot and turn 90 degrees, and you can pull it right up. That allows us to locate easily right above the nozzle. The nozzle retention screw also can be used for distance adjustment of the stream. And this is the arc adjustment slot there. Now that I have the rotor pulled up, I can show you the components of it. So we have the case or the body that's in the ground. We have the riser or the stem. We have the turret, which is the part that goes back and forth. And we have the nozzle. These Rainbird rotors are left stop. That means when traveling counterclockwise, where they stop is considered the left stop. And that is not adjustable with a flathead screwdriver or the adjustment tool. The right stop is when it's traveling clockwise where it stops. That is adjustable with the flathead screwdriver or adjustment tool, and it can be adjusted using this slot here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set the left stop because the left stop impacts the right stop. So we always set the left stop first on the Rainbird rotor. Since this is an old rotor, we know that the slip clutch will no longer be working. So I push over there and yeah, it doesn't slip. You can speed it up by hand, just click back and forth to see where it's going. So we want to move it more to the left. The first method is to try to turn it in the ground. So we want to be able to get onto the body of the head. So we remove any grass that's in the way. This one's been somewhat removed already. Now you never want to put a pair of pliers teeth on the stem of the rotor. That'll scratch it, which will, over time, as the rotor goes up and down, the scratches will damage the rubber seal, reducing the lifespan of the head. So never do that. Just put your tool on the actual body itself. And we're going to go counterclockwise. I'm going to squeeze tight so I don't have the top coming loose like a cap. And we'll see if that's far enough. You want to let it go naturally to where it's stopping naturally to see if you're there. Okay, so we've gone a little too far. We're now hitting the driveway. So I'm going to go clockwise, turning on the head. You can speed it up a little bit with your hands. Go carefully to the click and then move it to the left. Stop it a little short and check it. I check it with the tool because the end of the stream will get affected by the wind. And this is the best way to check it if it's windy. A little more to the left, speed it up. Okay, that's bang on. Okay, now we're gonna show you how to set it the second method. So let's say you tried to turn it in the ground and it wouldn't move. Or the top was starting to screw off on you and you couldn't turn it in the ground because of that. So we're going to set the left stop by taking the actual inside cartridge off the case. We don't want to get any dirt in the head, so make sure you have any debris that can fall in away. This is the part where the outside can stay dirty, but the inside does not like dirt. So now we can actually turn it in the ground by turning this to where we want it. There's the arrow, and we click it over to the left stop there, and we're going to point the arrow in the direction we want it to go and drop it in right in the direction we want it to go. Now we're going to tighten it in the ground, and we will use a tool to get onto the top and give it a little bit more of a tweak until it stops turning. And then we'll check the left stop by going like that. So that's a little too far. So we're going to have to just try that one more time. Looks like we got the left stop rough set now. Now we can turn on the head and see if we got it accurately. And we turn the water on to see if we have it set right on the left stop. And we'll let it go by itself to tell. And if it all goes well, we got it. Hang on. Now that we've set the rotor's left stop where it stops turning counterclockwise, we're going to set the right stop where it stops turning clockwise. And that you can use with a flathead screwdriver or a Rainbird adjustment tool like this one. And you do it in the adjustment slot here with the adjustment screw. We have to get the tool in here, flat bladed screwdriver or an adjustment tool from Rainbird, and wait until it gets down to the adjustment screw from the slot. Then you can turn clockwise while it's turning clockwise. To set that, to increase the arc, you turn clockwise. To decrease the arc, you turn counterclockwise. So we're not quite far enough. I'm going to speed it up by gently on the gears or on the head, turn left to the clicks, and then I can speed it up to the right. And while it's turning right, I'm going to go clockwise and see if we got it. It's better to naturally let it go there, and that's where it'll be more accurate than if you were just clicking it over by hand. And we have it. Okay, now we're going to show you how to reduce the distance of the throw of the stream. So use the same flathead screwdriver or adjustment tool, and now you got to go in the adjustment screw at the top, and you turn clockwise to reduce the distance of the spray or the stream. Break it up a little to deflect it down up to about 20%. Any more, it's better off changing to a different nozzle, a low angle nozzle or something that's meant to shoot shorter, because you lose the quality of the distribution if you break it up too much. Well, there you have it. Now you know how to set a previously installed or experienced Rainbird 5000 rotor. And if you want any more irrigation tips, check out our website at smartirrigation.com, and remember to like and subscribe.